Namaste everyone, I am Ramyashi. Welcome to my channel Ramya Jyotish. Continuing with the previous video of the transit predictions of Jupiter in Gemini, Guru in Mithun Rashi for the next 5 months, I'll take up the next 4 Rashis from Simha Rashi to Vrishik Rashi. So let's start with the Simha Rashi. So firstly, for Simha Rashi natives, Guru becomes your 5th lord as well as your 8th lord. So again, let me tell again, this predictions you can see from your Janma Rashi or from your Lagna. So currently, if your Janma Rashi Lord is weak, then you can see from Lagna. But if your Janma Rashi Lord is strong, then you have to see it from Janma Rashi itself. Okay. So currently for Simha Rashi people, Surya is more powerful, so you can see from there. But if your Lagna happens to be of any Shukra's Lagna or Guru's Lagna itself, then you might have to see from the Lagna itself. Okay, so you have to choose between any of them, or you can make one thing, you can see from both and take the average or the take both the results and you can consider both of them as well. So ideally what we say is that from Chandra Rashi the results would be more accurate, but from Lagna we will be able to time the events. So that's how we differentiate between Chandra Rashi or from the Lagna. But over the time I have seen that when the Rashi Lord is weak, we prefer Lagna Lord, and if Lagna Lord is weak, then we prefer Rashi Lord, like that. So now let's start with the Simha Rashi. For Simha Rashi or Simha Lagna natives, Guru becomes your 5th and 8th Lord. So he is Lord of an evil house also, and is also Lord of a Trikona. So ideally he should he should give you good results. But now what happened? He is placed in the 11th house. So this is where all the changes do bring, because any planet which is placed in the 11th house definitely will give you good results, unless and until if there is any planet in 8th house sitting and obstructing it. Okay, so Guru in 11th house actually has to give you a very good results, and also your Rashi Adhipati is in the 9th house. So from Guru, Surya is in the 11th house. So what happens is that it is a good transit for you when Jupiter would be coming to Mithun Rashi. So you may see some positive changes, especially in your career. So it could be an excellent time period for those who are in artificial intelligence, information technology, data analytics, or any of the software fields, because for Simha Rashi natives, having the activation of 11th house, that to Mithun Rashi, definitely seems to be good one. And your Lagna Lord is sitting with Buddha also, so that's pretty important. And financial outlook wise, I can say you can expect a good income growth, and also be prepared for increased expenses. So there will be rise in income, but also there will be rise in expenses. Okay, and in terms of relationships, there will be improved situations with your elder siblings because of Jupiter's presence in the 11th house. And from health wise, I would say you would have some or the other health issues. So this is the only negative element right now. So possible eye related issues or heart related issues or bone related issues also is possible for Simha Rashi natives. Though your Rashi Lord is exalted at the time of transit with Buddha in the 9th house, the disposter of your Rashi Lord or Lagna Lord Surya is debilitated in the 12th house. So that's why it is triggering this result. And Guru being sitting in the 11th house actually is watching your 5th house, your 7th house, actually 5th house and your 7th house, and also the 3rd house. So it will also give results respectively to that, but it is not aspecting your 6th house. So that's why health is definitely a kind of concern right now for you. Okay, and yeah, because it is actually affecting the 6th, it is aspecting the 5th house but not the 6th house. So definitely you have to be a bit concerned on that. And from career wise, I would caution you that be prepared for some unexpected workplace changes and also for some kind of disappointments, because for people who are in AI, data analytics and software related fields, they will have good time period. But for people in other set of area of careers, you may not face that good time, and during this time you may have to be prepared for unexpected changes or for some kind of disappointments. Okay, and because you have Shani also in the 8th house aspecting your 10th. So if Shukra is not placed well in your chart, because both your 10th lord as well as your 8th lord are in 10th lord and your 7th lord is in 8th house. So it brings some kind of troubles, because Shani is not just 7th, he is the 6th lord also. So if I have to show from in the North India, okay, I'll show in the South India. For Simha Rashi natives, Shani becomes your 6th and 7th lord in 8th house, and it is with Venus, who is the 3rd and 10th lord. So Venus is first of all a malefic planet for this Rashi or Lagna. So you can't expect Venus to give good results to you, though he is the lord of 10th house for you. So what I would say for the Simha Rashi or Simha Lagna, this conjunction of Saturn Venus in the 8th house along with Rahu is quite troublesome to you since March itself, and now with Jupiter moving to 11th house, it can be even more also, because now Guru would be in a Kendra to them, so it has to support you, but may not be in a position to get the complete support from these planets. So for a couple of months you have to be a bit vigilant is what I am mentioning. And along with that, I would say from the nakshatra transit perspective, if I see also, Jupiter will be in Mrigashira nakshatra from May 14 till June 30. So during this time, it is a perfect time to upskill yourself in any of the new cutting edge technologies, and it is good time to explore the concepts and also to develop some innovative strategies or develop something better than what you were doing. So this is the time for you to improve in technical aspects as well, because from your Rashi or Lagna, Rahu will be coming to your 7th house. So if you want to get the good results out of your career, then you have to follow the 7th house as well, because 7th house becomes the 10th from your 10th. So that's why based on this Bhavat Bhavam, so this is the 10th house, so from here it is the 10th house. So that's why during this time, if you are focusing more on upskilling yourself and trying out something new, then it can help you in your career, especially from May 14 to June 13. And June 13 to August 13, it will be, Guru will be in Aridra Nakshatra. At that time, if anyone is looking to change the job, or if you have already lost a job in the last 2-3 months, because it's a transit of job loss also for Simha Rashi, Simha Lagna. It has started from February, March itself. So during that time, during June 13 to August 13, job seekers will likely find a new job, or they will get some new opportunity as well. Then in Punarvasu Nakshatra, 13th of August till 18th of October is where Jupiter would be in Punarvasu Nakshatra. So during this time, it is a phase of career transformation. So during this time, you have to focus on working smarter and not harder. So if you are smart worker, then from August 13th to October 18th, it will actually give you very good results, and you can expect a good rise in income also if you have your year-end valuations, especially for private sector or corporate sector. I am actually mentioning this. So you have to be a bit smarter in terms of your work to reap the good benefits of your own hard work. And coming from the aspect wise, so for Simha Rashi, Simha Lagna, Guru sitting here will aspect your 3rd house through its 5th aspect, and through its 7th aspect it will aspect your Dhanur Rashi, and from its 9th aspect it will aspect your 7th house. So it is aspecting 3, 5, 7 Rashis. So 2 of them are good houses and 3rd one is a Upachayasthana. So when it is aspecting the Upachayasthana 3rd house, this Tula Rashi, then I see that it will bring some kind of good results for your consistent efforts put in so far. And when it aspects the 7th house, so for people who have already married or who are running through right Dasha, Antardasha, they may have a possible child birth also, and educational success also, and there will be some potential challenges in the romantic relationships. Why for relationships it's not good? Because though it is aspecting the 5th house, Shani also would be aspecting this 5th house. So when both Guru and Shani is aspecting the 5th house, so if the bond is a right one, the romantic relationship or the love affair which you might be having, or if you are already into a relationship, if it is a right one and if things are going smooth, then it will actually take you to marriage. But if things were not going to be, or if things were not smooth, then it can rupture the bond also. So this is the time period from romantic relationships or from love relations. I don't see that good results. So if you are already married, then you might face some kind of problems. And if you are already married and if you are facing issues, then during this time you may face some problems. If you are married and if you are in a relationship and expecting a marriage and everything is going smooth, then this is the time period, June to August, you will get married as well. So this is what I can see from the 7th aspect of Guru. And then 9th aspect, actually again it's a giving same, so it's aspecting directly of 7th house itself. So possibility of marriage and something beginning of a significant new relationship or a partnership business as well, because Shani and Guru getting in connection with the 7th house, so it definitely indicates something very big also. So either a start of a relationship or a partnership kind of a business or something very significant in your life is what I can see for Simha Rashi or Simha Lagna. So no, need not be everything bad because Shani is placed in 8th house with Rahu, Venus and all, because Guru coming to 11th house has to give you good results, and also it is in Kendra from Shani, Shukra, Rahu, so he will give you that results, and this is how it can be. Okay, so there will be the Ashtama Shani effects for you, like from finances perspective, from career perspective, but depending upon your horoscope. In your horoscope, if Shani Dev is placed really well, then this Ashtama Shani won't affect you that much, and whatever results, positive results I have mentioned for Simha Rashi, Simha Lagna, it could be really much more good also. But if Shani is afflicted in your natal kundli, in the Janma kundli also, then this results whatever I mentioned can be half of it actually, because Ashtama Shani results would be much more than the Guru results. So at the end of the day, it all draws down to how planets, both Guru and Shani, is placed in your horoscope, as well as what is the Dasha, Antardasha currently you are going through. So analyzing after that only we can say what would be the actual results. But to say it in general from the transit perspective, I would say for Simha Rashi, Simha Lagna natives, this is the time period it would be mixed actually. Your Lagna Lord, your Rashi Lord is exalted, but on the same day or the very next day he will be moving to Vrishabh Rashi. So that's why it is kind of good, and but not completely also. Okay, so month on month I can say it would be good or not. So but until July, August it will be kind of manageable, but after August it will be bit difficult also. Okay, because when he comes to the Rashi only, he gets conjunct with Ketu, there will be an eclipse, all those things is going to happen, because a lot more transit is going to happen by the end of May. So you will get we have to take the collective of it. So this is for the Simha Rashi or Simha Lagna natives. Next, let's go to Kanya Rashi. So for Kanya Rashi or Kanya Lagna natives, what happens is, now currently you have Ketu, so he will be also very soon moving out. Okay, as per the mean node, it will be on 18th of May, but as per the true node, which I consider, it is on 29th or 30th of May. So that's why I do consider true node, because based on the previous incidents which happened, especially in April, most of the predictions I made was based on true node. So I'll be making the same this week only after this Jupiter transit. So considering that, we have to say that Ketu is already in Kanya Rashi, has already left the Kanya Rashi or Kanya Lagna. So if we see for the Kanya Rashi or Kanya Lagna natives, so Jupiter becomes your 4th and 7th lord, who would be placed in 10th house. It's kind of creating Kendradipatya dosha. So you would be more stressed out, or you would have lot of responsibilities at workplace, and you would be a bit struggling also. Now with Guru's presence in the 10th house, what happens? It just increases again. Okay, and there will be some amount of relief somewhere between July or August when Shani turns Vakri from 7th house, but there will be a lot of work on your plate, and there will be some amount of progress, but it will remain gradual. So that's also seen from career point of view. And from health, sleep disturbances are high. because Ketu will be moving out of your Rashi and to the 12th house. So you may not get sleep comfortably during night. So you would be always deprived of sleep, or you will always feel that you wanted much more sleep as well. Next, coming to investments, that is from the finance perspective. This is a very favorable period for you if you want to buy a property or if you want to purchase a vehicle. So current time is a very good time period, I would say. So because Jupiter would be aspecting the 4th house, Saturn would be aspecting the 4th house. So it's good to go for investments in immovable property or even in the luxurious or any comfortable kind of investments like vehicle purchase also. Now seeing from the nakshatra transit. So from May 14 to June 13, when Jupiter Guru is in Mrigashira nakshatra, I would say work will flow a little bit smoothly, and you will be able to meet the deadlines, and most of the works will finish up swiftly as well, very quickly as well. But when Guru will be in Aridra nakshatra from June 13 to August 13, I see a lot of strong inclination towards purchase of vehicle or even to invest in real estate stuffs as well. And also during this time you will be a bit very busy in your workplace as well. And next, coming to Punarvasu nakshatra transit, which is from 13th of August till 18th of October. I would say during this time there will be some growing interest in spiritual pursuits and also in the charitable activities, in philanthropy also. You will have, because Kanya Rashi, Kanya Lagna, they will have by the time Rahu in the 6th house, Shani Vakri and kind of coming to 6th house, and Guru somewhat will be coming near to Karkatak Rashi, but he will be in Mithun Rashi. So yeah, from being in Mithun Rashi, he will be aspecting this Kumbha Rashi. So philanthropy would be a bit high, or you would be more caring towards your pets also. If you have dogs, cats or any kind of pets at home, you would spend more and more amount of time with them, because when Ketu was transiting over your Rashi, you would have developed that habit also. So now it may manifest, or you might show more love, care, affection towards that, and there will be a reciprocal from the other end also. So that also I can see during this time, that is when Jupiter Guru is transiting in Punarvasu nakshatra. And next, going to the aspect wise, so Jupiter sitting in 10th house will aspect your 2nd house as well as your 4th house and also your 6th house. So 6th house transit, 6th house aspect, if I take up the first one, because Jupiter's 9th aspect or Guru's 9th aspect will always have Amrita in it. So it shows a general health improvement, and also you might have the sleep issues, but despite of this potential sleep issues, I see health will improve to a very good extent, because both Shani Rahu there may start troubling you from 13th of July, but you would see that you will receive a good medication, good medical advice, and that can actually improve your health condition, and it would be much better than it was before. Next, coming to Jupiter's 7th aspect, that is on Dhanu Rashi. So when Guru is aspecting your 7th, through its 7th aspect, your 4th house, what happens is investments in property, investments in this real estate stuffs or even vehicles and all, this will yield positive results for you. So it's a good time to you to invest in all of those. And 5th aspect, the primary aspect of Guru is on your 2nd house, so it will improve your finances. So from career wise, you will get a very good boost in income. You might get a very good job, or you might get a very good salary also if you are in a private sector or in a public sector. And if you are in a government sector, you would get more opportunities. You might get more inclination towards handling much better projects as well, to go to a higher level. So that's also possible, but mainly from private sector, because it's a Shukra's Rashi. So I see more advantages for the private sector employees of Kanya Rashi or Kanya Lagna getting it. And for Kanya Rashi, Kanya Lagna, those who are in government related jobs, they will do very well in having the conversation with the higher authority, because of Sun aspecting it. This was the main base of bringing the government job only for the Kanya Rashi, Kanya Lagna, because at the time of transit, Surya, Buddha both are aspecting it. So communication with the higher authority is what I can say. Okay. So this was for the Kanya Rashi or Kanya Lagna natives. So overall to say, it's a mixed time period for you, but majorly with very good aspects, because Ketu Rahu is going out for you, but Shani is still in 7th house. That's one. That's not a good one, but he's your Panchamadhipati in the 7th house, so he has to give you good and meaningful relationships during this time. And because of Guru's placement in the 10th house, it shows that your career also will somewhat ease after some time. So post June 13th or July 13th, you will see some ease in your career also, workflow wise or from the responsibilities. It will not come down, but you will understand how well to handle that. So Jupiter sitting there will just expand it, but won't trouble it, won't trouble you for long term. That means he will make you a bit wise enough to understand how well you can handle, and you will get that caliber in you also, and that's how things will start flowing smooth after a month or two. So this is what Guru would be doing for you in the 10th house. So these were the predictions for the Kanya Rashi, Kanya Lagna. Next, coming to Tula Rashi or Tula Lagna. So for your Rashi or for your Lagna, what happens is Guru is not a favorable lord. He is your 3rd lord as well as the 6th lord. So in your case, ideally, if you get any Guru Dasha, Guru Antardasha, it should not do good to you, because it is holding Trishadaya or 2 of the Upachayasthana. But Guru, he will be placed in the 9th house. So from your Rashi will be in the 9th house, and Guru being such a benefic planet and also aspecting your Rashi or Lagna actually has to do good, because it's always seen that if a planet is malefic, functional malefic in your Kundali, then it will do bad only in the respective Dasha Antardasha. But if the planet is naturally a benefic like Guru, then it has to do good in terms of transit. So that's what Guru will do for you. Unless and until you are in Guru Dasha or Guru Antardasha right now, you will have a good results itself. So if you are in Guru Dasha or Guru Antardasha, any Tula Rashi or Tula Lagna natives, okay, especially Tula Lagna natives, if you are in Guru Dasha or Guru Antardasha, then this would give mixed results for you. But if you are having Jupiter has benefic in your Kundli also, then this will give you amazing, wonderful results, because Guru in 9th house is very good, because he is the Dharma Karaka, and if he goes and sits in a Dhanasthana like 9th house, because it is the highest Lakshmi Trikona, then you can expect abundant amount of income as well. But again, terms and conditions applied, because you will have Rahu in 5th house, so he can make you bit more eager to catch hold of income, or you would be more you won't be more greed of it. Sorry, I was not getting that word. So because of Rahu's presence in the 5th house after Rahu Ketu transit, you would be more greedy to grab as much of income possible, and that's where Shani will start breaking it, because Shani is just a house away. So when he gets Vakri somewhere in July, he can do that. So for Tula Rashi, Tula Lagna is that you will get a very good amount of income, you will have a great amount of financial gains as well, but don't get greedy, because Rahu in 5th house will make you do that, especially in stock market one. Okay, any kind of one. If you get greedy, then once Shani turns Vakri somewhere in July 13th is when he turns Vakri, he can convert all of them into loss. So that's what Shani Dev can do again, because he will be kind of getting connected to Rahu again when he is turning retro. So that effect can be there. So don't get greedy, take away whatever Guru is giving you. Okay, don't let Rahu influence Guru here. Okay, because there is a school where it is considered Rahu aspects 5th house from itself, so it has a 5th aspect is what it is usually considered. So if that is true, then Guru Rahu are mutually aspecting each other, so the financial gains can actually bring you greediness also in you. So you have to be a bit careful actually. You have to be a bit careful. Next, coming from the personal ways or from the professional career also, if you have enemies who were troubling you from last 1.5 years, then you will experience a good amount of triumph over them. So you will be very happy, very cheerful also during this time, because Jupiter would be aspecting a Rashi Lagna. What else you need? Guru, he is the Devta Guru, when he is showering such good blessings over you through its fifth aspect, you don't have to worry much. So you will be cheerful, you will be very happy also. And Shani in the sixth house, Shatru Hanta is what he will be. So that also would be a very good transit. And fortune wise, I have already mentioned rising prosperity, good luck, everything. And relationship wise, you will have challenges because you would be really doing well in financial matters, everything, and Rahu in fifth house. So he can, even if he can't bring greediness in you, then he'll bring the challenges in the relationship. So you might be a bit egoistic, or you might have some kind of difficulties in the marital life also. Because Surya in the 7th house is generally not considered good. Because Surya in 7th house is like Asta Surya, that is the sun which is setting. And that too with Mercury, who is your 12th lord. Though he is a friend of your Lagna lord, okay, Mercury in the 7th house along with sun is not good. So there will become miscommunications with your spouse. Though sun is exalted, this will be for sure because it's a setting sun. Okay, and he is not a good planet for Tula Rashi, Tula Lagna, and that is where he gets Nicha also. So there will be a potential difficulties in marital life, and but you would feel every moment in the next 5 months, every moment you will feel that you have some kind of protection from the divine. So that feeling of having a divine protection will be there for you for the next 5 months because of Guru's aspect over your Rashi, your 3rd house as well as your 5th house. So you feel that you are a bit protected by some divine cosmic force, and that's what guiding you to be in the right path also. So you have to listen to it more, and that can save you from many mishaps which you're gonna face because of Rahu in 5th house. Okay. Next, coming to education, there will be some challenges in studies because Rahu in 5th house won't make it easy. But through some persistent efforts, you can achieve success because from 5th is the 9th house, and that's where Jupiter Guru is. So to see the result of any bhava, we have to see the same houses from there. So if I want to see about the education, which is 5th house, from 5th I will see the 5th, which is the 9th house. So I can see Guru placed here, and even though he is the 3rd and 6th lord, so he says it is the Upachaya Sthana. So what does Upachaya Sthana says? So you have to put in more effort. So 3rd house is also for effort, 6th house is for the struggle. So more struggle, more efforts will bring you success. And Shani also in Kendra to Guru at that time, so will definitely support. So this is what I can say, and your Lagna lord is with Shani only, so you should be more hard worker during this time. Okay, that was for the education. So now if we consider from the Nakshatra transit perspective, so when Guru is moving in Mrigashira Nakshatra, okay, so for your Rashi or for your Lagna, without much efforts and with just wise resolution, you will be able to get any kind of conflicts with your rivals, okay, to be completed. So it's just like effortless and wise resolution of conflicts with the rivals. Then in when Guru is in Aridra Nakshatra, so what happens is that is Mrigashira Nakshatra was from May 14 to June 13, and Aridra Nakshatra will be from June 13 to August 13. So in these 2 months what happens is there will be some amount of career advancements because career had Mangal actually there, but June 7th onwards, once Mangal moves to Simha Rashi, so your 10th house related issues, any professional related, any career related issues will come down. And what you have to see is that there will be some financial challenges, and there will be some good saving abilities as well. So career advancement with some financial challenges, and also you'll be able to save some good amount of money. So that's quite good for you. And in Punarvasu Nakshatra from 13th of August till 18th of October, there will be some enhanced relationships with your siblings, with your relatives, and with your family. So that will bring some amount of cheerfulness, some kind of happiness also in your personal life. So from your personal life you would be doing really well. Finances also would be really well. You shouldn't get greedy, that's it. Next, coming to the aspect wise, so Guru sitting here will aspect your Rashi or Lagna. So as I mentioned, you will always have the sense of feeling that you are protected by some divine cosmic force. So for the next 4-5 months you will feel really blessed, and most of the dharmic activities, everything would happen very easily for you, and that can actually bring a lot of energy, good energy also to you. Okay, and yeah, that stronger spiritual connection, the stronger spiritual connection, and also inspiration for some innovative ideas also, because when Guru is aspecting Rashi Lagna, you will get a lot of ideas, and you will try to expand it or put it into picture also, because Venus is for the planning and execution. So when the Rashi or Lagna is aspected by Guru, so all the ideas would be put into plan and execution, and at the same time Buddha is aspecting it, so he has to give that good results also. So next, coming to the seventh aspect, which is on your third house. So potential career changes. So you might try to change the career domain, or you might think of changing your job also, and also there is a possibility that you might start a new business venture also during this time. If your dasha, antardasha, and also your own Janma Kundali supports it, then you might start a new business ventures also during this time. Then when it is aspecting your ninth house, so sorry, when it is aspecting your fifth house, which is through its ninth aspect, then I would say there would be some challenges in your education, because fifth house is mainly for the education, and Jupiter aspect over there will bring in some educational challenges, and this may require more efforts, and there will be a possible childbirth or a new relationship or opportunities for foreign education. So I did say the same thing for the Simha Rashi, Simha Lagna. Similarly, I am saying for the Tula Rashi, Tula Lagna, that any married couple who are wishing to have children from a very long time, this is the time period you may be blessed with it, because Jupiter's ninth aspect has Amrita in it. So nothing could be the best time than this for you to have a child. So possible childbirth is there. Again, if your Kundli supports it, and also if your Dasha, Antardasha supports it, then it may happen to you. Okay, so that was about the Tula Rashi, Tula Lagna natives. To summarize and to say overall, financially very good, and also in terms of relationships there is some problem because of Surya, but professionally, career wise, it's definitely very good for you. You will get lot more opportunities. Only you have to pay more attention to what you speak, and also to be little bit vigilant in your, or to be more emotionally caring in your relationships. So that's it for the Tula Rashi, Tula Lagna, because during this time, even if you fight with your spouse also, you will win. So that's one thing, because your spouse house, that is 7th house Lord Mangal, is debilitated. So even if you fight with your spouse also, you would be the winner. So, but don't get to that, because it can spoil the relationship, because Mangal, when it is your 7th house Lord, no, whether from Rashi or from Lagna, you should never fight with your spouse, or you should never tell that I am best than you. Mangal will not like it. Next, let's go to Vrishik Rashi or Vrishik Lagna. So Vrishik Rashi, Vrishik Lagna, for them, Jupiter becomes the 2nd and 5th Lord. So very important from the finances point of view. And I know Vrishik Rashi, Vrishik Lagna, Makar Rashi, Makar Lagna, these are the peoples who literally get a kind of a belt treatment from Mangal or Shani, and that's why they are always desperate on this astrological transit predictions, and Guru is the savior to them in all of this. So for Vrishik Rashi, Vrishik Lagna, Guru's transit is very important, because 2nd and 5th house Lord he is. So he coming to the 8th house actually invites some kind of troubles for you, because when he was in 7th house also you couldn't get that good results, because Rahu was sitting in 5th house, it was in 11th from Guru, so he snatched away all the results, and only time you got result was when from March, April, May. Okay, so when all planets sat together with Rahu, it reduced the effect of Rahu, so Guru's transit results could reach out to you. But now what happens, Rahu is only moving out of there and is coming to 4th house, and Ketu would be in the 10th house. So it will change your location, change your workplace, everything, that's a different one. But Jupiter going to 8th house can bring some problems in your materialistic life. But if Vrishik Rashi, Vrishik Lagna people, if you are in a spiritual life, or if you are leading a spiritual life, or if you want to get into spirituality, then this is the right time for you to enter. Because no other time can be best time period than when Jupiter or Guru is in 8th house. And also you will need it also, because Once Rahu comes to 4th house and Ketu comes to 10th house, they will trouble you in a different way. Already you have Pancham Shani, now Rahu Ketu in 4th axis. So Shani, Rahu, Ketu, these three planets, if one of them is also not well placed in your Janma Kundli, then you will not have peace of mind in your life, either in personal or in professional life. Because 5th house is very important for personal life, and 4th house and 10th house, 4th axis is very important for professional life. So because all these three houses are occupied by the malefics or the so-called bad boys in Vedic Jyotish, Shani, Rahu, Ketu, then the only way you can get mental peace is through Guru's presence in 8th house, which is good. So through Adhyatma, through spirituality, you will be able to get some amount of peace. And during this time, you might be interested to study astrology or any of the occult sciences as well. Because Vrishchik Rashi, Vrishchik Lagna, generally to see, this is the 8th house in the whole Lagna Kundi. So it is kind of a sharpeth house also, Vrishchik Rashi, Vrishchik Lagna. So they are someone who naturally undergoes a lot of troubles, a lot of struggles in life. So it is, because it's a Kita Rashi also, so they will get a good kind of a belt treatment or get a very good amount of struggles to see in their lives, and because of which they are the ones who will enter into spirituality or into occult sciences very soon or very often than other signs or rashis. Because all other signs or rashis, you have one or the other planet getting exalted there or having Mula Trikona. So if you say Mesha, Vrishabha, Mithuna, all these houses generally are considered very good or has at least one planet getting exalted there, or one planet considering it has Mula Trikona or having some significance. But Vrishchik Rashi or Vrishchik Lagna is where moon gets debilitated, Chandrama gets Nicha there, that is the mind. So mind stops working, or moon won't give good results when he is in Vrishchik Rashi. So by default you have a, if your Chandra Rashi is Vrishchik Rashi, so by default you have a Nicha Chandra, it's a weak moon. So when Vrishchik Rashi, Vrishchik Lagna people are hit by this kind of Shani, Rahu, Ketu transit, then the only way they can actually get mental peace is through Guru, because he is the only planet which can do good for them. If there is one planet which from whom they can expect good results in their entire life, Vrishchik Rashi, Vrishchik Lagna, then it is Guru, who is the 2nd and 5th Lord. So he coming to 8th house, I think studying astrology, studying any form of occult sciences, getting to spirituality can do really wonders for you. So how, that also I'll explain in the transit predictions. So from spiritual wise, increased interest in spirituality and occult sciences. From legal perspective, you might have some potential legal complications, selling property, buying property, that also may happen. Okay, and from career perspective, expect some significant changes. You might have to involve in certain transformative projects, automation related projects, something improvement of the current process which you are part of, any project also improvement of it. So these kind of projects will actually give you good results. So Jupiter will bring that for you. Okay, and from finances wise, there is the risk of monetary losses from some questionable investments. Some investments you would have done in past without any logic, and that will actually result in a very big loss. Even capital also may vanish for you during this time. Okay, so if you because of the 2nd Lord going to the 8th house, and also it is in Kendra from Shani, so Shani aspecting the 11th house is not good, because Shani, wherever he aspects, he brings some kind of downfall. Shani's nazar is like that, and Guru's nazar has Amrita. So that's why the Guru's aspect is good and Shani's aspect is not good. So now coming to one of the important advice I wanted to give for Vrishchik Rashi or Vrishchik Lagna is that avoid lending money to anyone, whether it is your own family member, your own sibling, or even to your very best friend also. Don't lend your money. You won't get it back. If you give money, give it as philanthropy, as a dan. Don't expect it back. Anyone to anyone. And during this time, don't ever trust someone blindly. Because of Shani's presence in 5th house, you will have lot of trust issues. So be very careful in terms of finances and also regarding trusting whom actually. These two are very important elements for you for the next 5-6 months. Next, coming to the transit effects from the nakshatra perspective. So when Guru is transiting in Vrikshira nakshatra from 14th of May to June 13th, during this time, be very cautious and be very good with communication and be careful about what you speak actually, because you need to have caution. You need to be cautious with your communication and with the words you utter also during this time. Next, when Guru is transiting in Aridra nakshatra from 13th of June to 13th of August, there is a kind of a warning of sudden problems in your investments, or suddenly the investment may turn into great loss or any kind of capital depletion also, which I mentioned. So it may happen somewhere between 13th of June to 13th of August when Guru is in Aridra nakshatra. So that's something you might have to pay more attention to, because Aridra nakshatra is of Rahu's and he will be in the 4th house. So because 4th will be the 12th of 5th, so any loss in investments can happen only with the effect of 4th house. So that's why I am saying that capital depletion also, because Rahu, when he makes loss, he makes sure that you go out from the scratch, not just the earned amount. And when Guru is in Punarvasu nakshatra, which is his own nakshatra in 8th house, your spiritual inclinations will intensify, because when you would have lost money, when you would have suffered some problems through speech and all, definitely the place where you will resort to for mental peace would be spiritual inclinations. So that might increase during this time, that is post August 13 until 18th of October. Next, through aspects to say, sitting in 8th house, Guru will aspect your 12th house, your 2nd house as well as your 4th house. So when he is aspecting your 12th house, he will reduce expenses. So some amount of reduction in expenses will happen during this time. And also, even if you spend money, would be for the righteous activities, for dharmic activities, or for some spiritual kind of stuffs, or for studying occult sciences also. That's also pretty possible during this time. Next, 7th aspect, which will fall on the 2nd house. So family issues, which is finding resolution. So that's also we may see during this time. So any kind of existing family issues you have during this time, it may come to a good resolution stage during this time, and you might have some unexpected financial developments, some possible property inheritance also. You might get some inheritance of property either through your parents or through your in-laws also. That's also very interesting one here, because 8th house becomes the family of your spouse, and when Guru sits there, so shows that some kind of beneficial monetary stuffs coming from your in-laws as well. So you may get that. Who knows, if your spouse is the only kid of your in-laws, you might get that. So it could come in terms of a gift also. That's also possible. So I think this is the time to be a good son-in-law or even good daughter-in-law also. Okay, next, coming to the 9th aspect of Guru, which would be falling upon the 4th house. So when it is falling upon the 4th house, what happens? You might start deepening the connection to the spiritual practices and also for the charitable works, because that's where Rahu is there, and he'll be getting connected with Shani also, who is sitting in 5th and aspecting 11th house. So this is the time for you to build connections, to expand your network and make your network as your net worth. So that's why Guru's aspect on the 4th house is very good. And also if you have any plans of selling of the property, and also if you have any plans of purchasing a new property or renovating the existing home, all these things can happen during this time, because you'll be getting good amount of money, some large chunk of money because of Guru's presence there. So you can expect during this time. So that was for the Vrishchik Rashi, Vrishchik Lagna natives. So don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more such content on my channel. And in the next video, I'll be covering from Dhanu Rashi to Meena Rashi. I know this 4 Rashi or 4 Lagna people will be awaiting for the results. So tomorrow, Monday morning, you will get that. So thank you and Have a good day.